Hey everyone, Teresa here with Jeremiah Dreams. Welcome to Take Five's Cozy Sweater. I keep wanting to say sweater weather. Cozy Sweater collaborative event happening all day long today. And I hope you've enjoyed all the creators that have been here and the projects that they've provided and got some inspiration for yourself. So as you come on, please say hello. We're streaming both on Facebook and on YouTube. So whichever platform you're watching from, welcome. Come on in, say hello. Let me know you're here. Leave a comment. And if you'll sprinkle along the way, that would be amazing as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started here because we've got an hour, but it's probably going to take most of the hour. I'm actually kind of waiting to see if my friend Christy pops in here. There's Miss Cheryl. How are you, sweet friend? So good to see you. Yes, if Miss Christie, once she gets here, there's Leona. How are you doing? So good to see you. Thank you for being here tonight. We're just waiting to be shared into the group. There's Miss Pam. How are you, friend? There's my sweet friend Vicky. How are you, sweet friend? You guys come on in here. I hope we're going to bring a sweet little project for you tonight. Something that's going to give you some inspiration and all the cozy feels. I've really struggled to figure out what to do for this project. Um, and I kind of just kept researching, and then it kind of just presented itself. And I'm like, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to dive in here in just a second. I'm waiting for my friend Christy, make sure I'm shared into the group. Hi, Cecile. How are you? So good to see you, my Canadian friend. Thank you for sprinkling, Vicky. Thank you, girl. If you all will please help us out by doing that, and be sure to catch all the creators in today's event, and I'm sure you're going to get some inspiration. So we'll just go ahead and get started and just trust that Miss Christie's got us shared in there, and we won't waste another minute. So what we're going to do, let me change my camera. Let me get everything set up here and get things so you can see what we're going to do. And I need to bring my lighting down a little better so that it casts out all those shadows. Okay, so what we're going to do is I have found these neat wood blanks on Amazon, and I'm using them for a lot of different things. For you can use them for ornaments, but we're going to create a coaster tonight, and these are perfect. So we're going to actually create a sweet, cozy mug of cocoa. We're going to paint that on here, but first we're going to prep our little wood block, our little wood square. And just so you kind of know, this is, I think it's a 4x4. Oops, I forgot I had my phone plugged in. Let me unplug that because that's probably going to get in the way. That shouldn't be a problem. Let me just get that cord out of the way real quick. So I think this is a 4x4. It sure is. It's 4x4, and it's like just a little more than a fourth of an inch thick. It's not even half an inch thick. So what I want to do first, we're going to stain it. I'm actually going to use some wood stain. So I'm going to put on a glove because I don't want to get this on me. I meant to grab a rag, but we'll just use a paper towel. And I've already got my stain shaken up, and hopefully it's going to be just fine. So, how is everybody doing, you guys? I've had a very busy day. My granddaughter's birthday party was today, and that was a good time, crazy time. She will be 8 years old this next week. It's hard to believe. My oldest granddaughter. So, I was finishing up her birthday present because one of the things that she asked for was I've started making these dolls for each grandchild for their birthday, and she wanted a bunny. And so I have been working on that, and I'm going to be posting some pictures of that. It turned out precious. Um, and I put a little message handmade by Mimi on there, um, right about where the heart of the little bunny would be. And I really tickled it. She loved it. But in addition to making that, and I got her a couple of little other things too. Um, I made her birthday cake, and I'll post some pictures of that too on my page. But it's just been a busy day. It was all at this place here in Huntsville called Let's Play, and it's perfect for kids because it's got all the activities, and it was crazy. But that's how it is at this age. You know what? They are only this age once in life, and she had such a good time. Oh, I'm so proud of that young lady. She's just growing like a weed. I am going to go ahead and bring some of this stain over to the front, but I'm not going to stain all of it. And I'll show you why here in just a second. We're going to get this nice and dry and kind of get some of the excess off. I'm going to get a clean paper towel. And we're going to wipe it down. Hey, Cindy, good to see you. There's some YouTube folks popping on here. We are making, oh, I'm so glad to see my YouTube friends. We are making a cozy cup of cocoa coaster. And I'm going to show you some little tricks and tips along the way. And this is, if you're just hopping on, this is just on a little 4x4 wood square. I buy these in bulk off of Amazon. So I have stained it. And now we're just going to just get some of the residue off. And then we're going to go to the next step. So let me put the lid back on the stain real quick so I don't make a great big mess. Because that would be right about my luck. Set that out of the way and we'll get it hammered down better later. But so, hey, Miss Rena, thank you for being here. Thank y'all for sprinkling. Hey, Cynthia, I see you. All right, we're going to get this glove off and I'm going to use a little bit of frog tape and we're going to tape this off so that we can get a nice clean edge with our base coat. And we're not going to quite do an inch. I'm just kind of eyeing this. Kind of stuck to my hand more than the wood. Okay, and we're just going to do a base coat, but I want it to have a nice crisp edge. Now, I have found with these, well, it's just, I bet it's not wanting to stick because of the stain that we put on there. Let me turn this a little bit because that's what I was wanting to do anyway. Once we get going with the paint, it'll be fine. Here we go. Y'all hear some scratching. That's my little schnauzer over here. My little buddy. He's making his little nest. He takes every step I take. There we go. And then we're going to put a nice base coat down. It's going to give us a beautiful crisp edge. There we go. Now, what I'm going to use, oh, Cecile, thank you. So I think I've missed some comments. Let me just scroll back up a little bit. Let's see here. I think I'm caught up. All right, so we're going to use some mineral chalk paint. We're going to just put a base coat down right through here in this center. I'm going to use what's in the lid first. Hi, Christy. Good to see you. Thank you for sprinkling. I'm going to go right over that tape. And then once we get this base coat down, we'll be removing this tape and moving on to the fun part of this project. But I want to make sure I've got a nice base down. So my thought was this would make a very sweet little coaster. This could be resined, so easy, and just be kind of a nice little Christmas gift for somebody. You can even take a drill a hole. I'm gonna turn my dryer on, and you can make an ornament out of it. Even we're gonna need another coat, so I just want to get this dry so we can kind of see what we need to do because I really want a nice edge to that. I love taping off so we have a nice crisp edge. It just makes it look fancy and neat. I love this tone of the mineral chalk paint. It's just a nice neutral color. Is everybody ready for Thanksgiving? Y'all, it is just around the corner. I have most of my supplies ready to go. Just the right size. Yes, they are, Miss Christie. Miss Cheryl, excuse me. Y'all's comments were right beside each other on my screen. Get this dry. I think this second coat will be just fine. I'm kind of look and see. Maybe kind of hard for you guys to tell. I'm going to do just a little bit more. It's just soaking right into the wood, and that's why we're using the chalk paint. But we want to get a nice solid layer on here. Okay, that's probably going to be good enough. Stick that in some water. Hi, Crafting Coop. How are you? Carrie, Miss Carrie, thank you for being here. I have missed out on a lot of lives today for being involved with my granddaughter's birthday, and y'all know how it is. I had to finish up the cake and a lot of running and doing and finishing up her present. And it just has been a wonderful day, though. I'm gonna get this nice and dry. I can probably go ahead and remove the tape. It's probably dry enough for that. But look at that nice, crisp square we've got. I just think it looks great when you do it like this. It sure does. Jeannie, how are you? So good to see you, my sweet friend. I hope you're feeling okay. Your son is hosting Thanksgiving. Wondering what he's cooking. Think you'll have to jump in and help him? This is probably pretty good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you guys, I have gone onto Canva. I love Canva. Now I have the premium subscription. And so I can download some things that I can use to duplicate. But I found this a cute little image that I want to put on here. I thought would be so sweet. So we're going to take some chalk. I'm going to just turn this over. That'll give that another minute to dry. And we're going to put a nice rubbing of chalk on the back of this so that we can transfer the outline of our image, and then we can decorate it however we want. But you can find some free coloring sheets online and use those to give you a foundation for a project and then make it your own. I always want to be mindful and remind others to be mindful of copyright laws and the artist that creates these images. But if you pay for a subscription like I do, that really helps things a lot. And then you can kind of makes things better. I'm just going to kind of brush that dust off. And let's see, I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. I think I'm going to turn it this way just because I have a little more width right here. And I'll put my image here. Now it may kind of go over the area a little bit, and I'm okay with that. Next, I'm gonna grab a stylus. You can use a pencil, and I'm just gonna kind of go over the outline. I don't know that I'll put the little gingerbread man in here. He doesn't, for me, he doesn't seem to fit. But I'm just gonna mainly trace the image of my mug. And then the rest of it we can improvise and decorate it up because we'll do some other things too. Now let's see, before I move this off completely, I want to see, yep. See how that transferred? And I may want to even move it up a little bit. And this is really easy. Let me just show you real quick. If you need to remove that, why the wood squares? We're making a coaster. We're painting a coaster. Thank you, Cynthia. Is he Miss Ray? He's 30. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to kind of move this around. I've just got a damp brush. We're just removing the chalk because I want to kind of shift it a little bit. Let me dry just a little bit. Yes, chalk works great. You can use graphite, but um if you make any mistakes, you're kind of stuck. So I got my wood squares in bulk on Amazon. I use these a lot for ornaments. And this you could certainly make this project an ornament too. So I'm just going to go back over this because I didn't really like the position I had it in. We're going to do a little bit Christmas colors. Oh no, I really kind of like this blue. We may go ahead and do the blue and the snowflake. Kind of like that, but then we'll do some other things that are different. Okay, so I like that position a little bit better. Let's see what we have. All right, now let's get some paint going. And I'm looking for a particular shade of blue, and I'm feeling this color. This is Island Blue. It's a bright blue. You use Chocolate, Jeannie? Oh, Cecile, thank you. I'm glad you like my angel ornaments. They are really selling well. I've got a new collection that I'm getting ready to add that I think is going to be pretty awesome. And it's a series of nail angels. And I can't wait. I've got the designs. I've just got to, I've been busy and haven't been able to get them released yet. I got a little piece of fuzz on the end of my brush. Look at that blue. Isn't that pretty? It's a nice, happy blue, a bright blue. Just going around the outer edge first. And we're going to fill in. And I want to kind of create, I have to turn it around this way. I'm just going to use the chisel on my brush and create that outer lip. And just kind of blend it down a little bit, but we're not going to have to worry about filling it in completely because we'll put our cocoa in there. We're going to do our handle. I thought this would be really pretty resined. It would make a nice little gift. You could do like a little hot chocolate package and include this. And that would be sweet. Okay, we're going to do a second coat on this mug. And then we're going to start adding in some details. All right, let me grab some white. Looking for it. It's here. Here we go. I'm going to use some Master's Touch Titanium White. Hey, Christy. I know this blue, isn't it pretty? It's an island blue is what it's called. Nice and bright. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to double load my brush. And I'm just going to get a corner of white and a side of blue, and we're going to blend. And we're going to get some highlights on here. I'm going to put a highlight around this back rim. And I want to do right around the top here. Bring this on around too. Trying to get those to meet. We can always add a peppermint, something to or other right there to kind of mask that a little. I do want to put a little bit of this on my handle. Let's get a little bit of our island blue in here and just blend it in. Just like so. I'd like to bring a little bit more over here on this side, just for some highlight. Just trying to fill in some of this that's getting kind of splotchy due to the grain of the wood. I'm just trying to fill that in a little bit. So we're going to pull in some shadow next. I'm going to get, I don't want to use necessarily black, but I do want to use a dark gray. I've got a dark gray that I'm looking for. I think it's silver. I may have to use a little bit of black. I may have actually used up my dark gray. I have been painting quite a bit, friends. Let's see. Oh, we could do some navy. That would go well for a shadow color. Let's try that. Let's just try some navy. Oh, thank you, Carrie. I'm going to pull in a little navy for shadow. Let you kind of see what we're doing here. Get a nice flat. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of navy, some of the island blue, just blending. And I want to go right along this bottom. I'm going to turn it over. We're going to go back the other way. Just blend that out. And then I want to put some of this shadow right through here. Need a little more. Just trying to think about where light would hit and shadow would rest. It's the whole thing. Then we're going to put a little navy right under that handle. I'm just using the very corner of my brush. And then I think I'm going to get a smaller brush, like a little round brush. And we're going to, thank you, Cynthia. We're going to just pull in, just blending in a little more of this island blue. Just blending it all out. Turn it this way. There's light reflecting. Makes it hard to see sometimes. And see that navy, even though I'm going over quite a bit of it, is still peeking through, which is perfect. Just going to kind of blend. We're going to let this dry a bit. We're going to go to our cocoa next. Okay. That's what we got so far. Let's add a little more white through here. Just blending. Okay. Just using some excess white just to kind of build on the shape of the mug. Just whatever's left on my brush. Just like that. Now let's get some brown going. We're gonna add in the cocoa. Let's see which shade. I think I'm gonna use something a little dark. We can always lighten it up. This is espresso. How fitting is that? I'm gonna get a small flat brush. Just following the shape of our cup, our interior area. I can't talk tonight, y'all. Mimi is about Mimi'd out today. Sometimes I'll go over to my daughter's and she said, I'm done mommying today. All right, look at that. Okay, we're gonna let this rest just a minute. Oh, thank you, Carrie. You know, I get that a lot. I don't know if that means that I'm putting people to sleep or what. I don't know. Oh, goodness. Okay, we're going to use a liner brush and we're going to create our snowflake on the front. Thin down some of this titanium white. Just got a little bit of water on my, oh, I know what I probably need to do first. I'm going to use my friction pen, my favorite tool in my toolbox. This is a friction pen by Pilot. It is disappearing ink when you apply heat. So we're going to draw in our snowflake. And I'm trying to be careful not to press too hard and dig into the paint. Probably need to be more like this. See, this is the beauty of this pen, is you can make mistakes and it just disappears. Okay. I'm not going right along the lines that I just drew, but using it as a guide, hopefully getting it a little better. Okay, let me dry this real quick, and then you're going to see these marks disappear. Oh, yes, you should give it a try. Thank you, Jeannie. Now watch these ink marks disappear. I love this part. So then all we have left is our paint. I'm going to put another coat here. And then we're going to connect on the interior area of our snowflake. We need a little more water. It's turning out. Jeannie, you mentioned you were having a terrible headache, and I felt the same. In fact, when I got to my daughter's house, I had to take some Tylenol because I could feel a headache right under the surface. All right. And now we're going to start with our little snowflake prongs. You should, Vicky. So are you keeping like an art book? Is that what you're doing? So my snowflake isn't perfect, but it serves the purpose. Okay, we're going to let this dry a little bit. We may have to go back over it again as it dries, but we'll just kind of see. So there's that. Ooh, bless your heart. Okay, let's do some marshmallows. So we're going to do some that kind of look like they're partially in the cocoa. I'm kind of making this up as I go, y'all. Let's make one kind of thinking in terms like little logs. Trying to keep them a little round on one end. And then we're going to build like another little marshmallow through here, kind of sitting on top of these two. Trying to have them in different positions. Thank you, Vicky. You just painting a mixed media book until you can there. That's a great idea, girl. Practice a practice book. I have started a practice book. I do use a practice book to kind of sketch out ideas. Like when I was creating my male angels and my female angels, angel ornaments. Trying to kind of build a mountain of marshmallows here. We won't go any taller than this right here. Let's put another one partial right there. And then we're going to put some candy canes in here too. Let's use our friction pen. We're going to kind of sketch out the candy canes, how we want them to be. Just going to do a simple line. Maybe something like this. And let's use our liner brush again. We're going to start with the white. and then we'll stripe it. Keep getting fuzzies on the end of my brush, and I don't know why. So we're going to build on that. So I'm hoping this is giving those cozy feels for the season. Now I'm going to pull in a little bit of black to kind of add some shadow and depth within where our marshmallows and everything is. I'm going to use a very, very small brush. It's kind of tricky to use, but I'm going to kind of create where things are kind of sitting. Trying to be very careful. We need a little like shadow work between the marshmallows. Y'all, you can get really, really detailed with this stuff, and don't worry about getting all that detailed. That's just how my brain works. But if you try to do a project like this, don't worry about that. Just enjoy just the simplicity of what you're trying to create. This is just my brain. Just adding a little bit of depth. All right, let's get some red going in here for our candy canes. I love the Master's Touch Permanent Red. It just has the best um, intensity of color. It doesn't dilute down to pink. It is a true red. I love it. Let me get my liner brush back out. Just making sure I got a good point. We're going to bring in some of this red and stripe our candy canes. Kind of just going back over, making sure things are going to the edges so it gives that round effect. Hey, Tina, good to see you. So, if you guys ever want to know what's going on my page, you can type in hashtag. What is it? Hashtag, no, exclamation telegram. And I won't wear you out with notifications just about when I go live or have a video. Type in exclamation telegram and you can join my Telegram channel. Now, I think we need to go back over our snowflake again. Hey, Brenda, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Let's add some more titanium white to our snowflakes. Just needs a little bit of touch up. So what would you do? Would you make this an ornament or a coaster? I had a coaster in mind because I thought it would be a good sort of a gift set with some marshmallows and cocoa mix and stuff like that. But these are super easy to drill a hole in and make them into ornaments. I have done that with some rounds of this same wood. Super easy. Now, there's one more thing I want to do. I'm going to really dilute down the paint. Just adding water to it. Hey, Marlene. So I'm going to add some steam. I did this with just really thinning down that paint. What else does this need, you guys? What are we forgetting? What do you think? Oh, that's okay, Christy. So I'm rounding it out tonight, huh? Let's add a little shadow underneath so it looks more like it's sitting there. I'm going to use a little bit. Thank you, Cynthia. All right, so I'm going to use a little bit. I think I'm going to just go ahead and mix together some of my white and black. Make a little bit of gray for my shadow. I'm going to thin it down a little bit too to get a little more water. I'm just going to turn this a little. Then get my liner brush again. I'm going to go right up under. Just going to kind of blend in some of this other gray I mixed. There we go. That makes it looks like it's sitting there, right? Thank you. Thank you, ladies. I think it turned out sweet. We could get really fancy. We could add a little bit of some shadow to our, I may go ahead. Why not? We got time. Add a little bit of shadow underneath our candy cane just to add to that roundness. Just adding a little extra titanium white in here just to brighten it up, make sure it doesn't get too dark, but I'm wanting that shadow effect. There we go. What do y'all think? I think that made it just pop a little bit more. Thank you, ladies. I'm glad y'all love it. So it's ready to be resined, I think. And I think it'd make a sweet little coaster. You could put little felt pads on the back of it and just sign it. You can even sign it on the front. I like to use my Micron pen. Then they know that you made it. And that's what we've got. All right, let me flip you guys back. Move my. Thank you, Cecile. Let me get my little self back over here. But you guys, this is the project for today. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I think it turned out super sweet. And I hope it gives you some ideas of what you can do. Make it an ornament. There's so many things. You don't have to use square. You could go round. I mean, there's just a lot of options with this. Look for those coloring sheets. Be sure they're free or you've purchased a book and you want to change things up a little bit so that you're not infringing on copyright laws, but you can make it your own and it just makes such sweet handmade gifts. I'm all about that, aren't you? Listen, you guys, thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the whole day of events and have a happy Thanksgiving and just be mindful of all of your many blessings. And if you feel like you don't have many, Look around and find the most minute thing that you can be thankful for and create a spirit of joy and thankfulness this season. Y'all have a wonderful day. I hope you are able to attend church tomorrow and worship the Lord. And just thank y'all for being here. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Good night, friends. Thank you. Bye.